Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Hey, what's up, welcome to Inept Pit, episode 19. I'm your host, Drew Campbell, the other fat guys, Evan Sasiela.
What is up? We're almost at 20.
We're almost at 4/5 my age. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but we did it. We made it to 19. Do you remember being 19?
Yep. Vividly.
I don't. I was mostly drunk for that entire year. On stage and drunk.
Yeah, that would have been my freshman year of college.
Yeah, I wasn't in college. I was a college dropout. So naturally, I went to one semester and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. Rules and a schedule, I'm good. No, I'll pass on this.
Yeah, same for me.
School's for idiots. It's for dumb idiots.
Fair enough.
Nah, I was a dickhead at that time. I mean, I still am, but I'm not as big of a dickhead as I was at 19. I mean, we've talked about it in full, of just the full-fledged dickheadery I was around that time period.
Yeah, we spent a good chunk of last episodes on that.
But we never even talked about some of the dickheady things I do in stand-up. Remember, like, when we'd go to shows and if someone would do a joke and, like, it would just be crickets, at the back of the room, I'd just give, like, one solid, ha! And it's
I remember that.
That used to be my thing. Like, I was just like going back. I thought it was so funny, and it'd pop us. But it's such a dickhead thing. The people I did it to probably felt so bad.
Yeah, they probably drove hours.
Yeah. Did I ever do it to you?
No, I just think you would either not laugh or just talk to other comics.
Well, that's normal at every comic is talking to their comics during shows. That's just normal.
Yeah, I know that, but
the other thing I did is I let you remember that one time we did that show in fucking Chesning, and the host went up on stage and she told me to make she went up on stage and she was taking too long, so I lit her on her own show. I gave her the light to wrap it up.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
Dude, I found. Do you remember my set from that one by chance?
No.
Fuck, I should have brought this for. God damn it, I'm an idiot. I should prepare better for this stuff. I could have brought this on. I found one of my old writing notebooks, and I remember from that set. For that set, I wrote 100. I'm blanking like blank at a blank jokes. And I just did 100. I'm blanking like blank at a blank jokes.
I remember that. I remember I closed that show, and then
wait. Sorry to interrupt. Just so we can clarify what blanking like blank at a blank jokes is. Like, for example, these are some of the ones I wrote. Would be like a blanking like blank at a blank joke is I'm dying like a baby at an abortion clinic. I'm killing like a doctor at an abortion clinic. I fucked that. But the way I did it was I would do I did vice versa. Whatever. Those are I'm blanking like blank at a blank jokes. Evan, you do one. Write one right now. Right, I'm blanking like blank at a blank joke.
I'm eating like me on the couch.
God damn it! I was gonna do about you.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm thinning it like Drew at his hairline. No, that didn't work. That was bad. Now you did one about yourself, so I want to. Fuck, we're just on a bad roll. I'm just being unfunny at the beginning of the podcast.
No. I remember that show. I went last.
I'm cheating like Tom Brady at the Super Bowl. Oh, there we go. I'm cheating like Tom Brady at the Super Bowl. How about that?
Hey.
How about that? You like that, Evan? You like that? Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. Remember when you said that?
He is. He won again.
He's the greatest cheater of all time. He's the greatest cheater of all time. I don't know how he cheated, but you know he did. He definitely did.
That was like 4 years ago.
I don't forget.
That wasn't even the Super Bowl. That was the AFC Championship game.
It don't matter. Like 9/11, I don't forget.
You don't even watch
Never forget.
football religiously.
Never forget, dude. Never forget what he did to the AFC Championship and spit all over it.
No, he deflated the footballs.
What?
He deflated the footballs.
Yeah, I know.
No. You said spit on it.
No, I was saying he spit on it like he disgraced the title.
Oh,
The
I
championship.
don't.
He disgraced it.
I don't get what
you don't get anything. I know. This fucking podcast. No one gets this podcast.
That's why it's Inept Pit. We don't get ourselves.
We're off to a rough start. This is turning. We're 5 minutes into this episode, and it's a real butcher. What the fuck? Oh, you were talking about the end of your set at that show. Go ahead.
Well, it's not interesting. It was just basically, remember, it was such a huge room.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You're really psyching the listeners up for this part of the show. Way to really bury your own story, Evan.
Well, I was interrupted twice. It's lost its mojo.
Continue.
I remember I went last, and there was like, I don't know, was there an audience member there? There's a couple.
Yeah, there was. There was that one chick who really didn't like my joke about trucks. I said some joke about trucks, and she got really upset.
It was probably your most PG joke in the set, too.
No, it was like back when I used to get on stage, and I would just, as I was walking on stage, I'd yell about shit I thought the town would like at that time. I'd be like, yeah, fucking cold beer and trucks. Like,
yeah. But I just remember it was a wireless mic in such a huge room. I just walked around and like play with the lights and turn the lights on and off because I had no material.
You fucking alt comic bitch. You fucking alt comic bitch.
Yeah.
Actually, the only person who ever did something like that I really liked is when we had the wireless. We had the long cord at the show at White's and Luke Slocum walked outside around the corner so no one could see him and sat on the bench and then just commented on the cars that were driving by.
Shout out, Luke.
Shout out.
I'm trying to remember if he was the comic that at the Opa bike would come in from the front door.
Yeah, he did that too. Luke would do
it from the back, like it was just like coming from backstage.
Luke would do a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah.
But he wasn't an alt comic bitch like you.
That's fair.
You know, I can see myself in like a very tall smile. It's just like every time I insult you, you can just see this, just the shittiest eating like grin, like just creep across my face. I'm like, yeah, because you're a bitch, and then just this grin just starts creaking across my face. Makes me so happy to do that to you. I don't know why. You're my punching bag essentially in a way. I have a rough week, and I just come here and I take out all my blows of life.
Yeah, geez.
I'm like, goddamn job, fucking friendships, goddamn family, relationship.
That's why I'm in so much pain in the morning after the podcast. Or is it the editing?
Oh.
Hey-o.
You kind of did a joke. You kind of did a joke. And that's something.
I
was I was thinking about if we did this show, but we were Native Americans.
God.
Do you want to hear it?
People do not report this.
Do you want to hear it?
I guess you're laughing about it.
Because it's welcome to Pit of Inept. I am your host, bald like eagle. This is your co-host, fat like buffalo. And then I haven't really figured out where to go with it from there, but I like my Native American name being bald like eagle and yours being fat like buffalo.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know where else we could go with that. Well, Inept Pit, it probably should be changed to Fire Pit, right? Smoke Signals. That's the name of our podcast, Smoke Signals. If there's not canceled. A podcast called that, why? Because I embrace the culture of other people?
I don't think we're embracing it. You call me fat like buffalo. It's just you're using it to make fun of me.
Yeah, so I'm embracing it. I'm celebrating their culture with insults of you. And I made fun of myself.
I wouldn't say it's a celebration of culture. I just think that's bullying.
Well, it's because you hate diversity. It's not my fault you hate diversity and you're a racist. It's not my fault. It's not my. This is the best way, dude. I'm starting to find out the way to out woke people by just saying I'm celebrating culture when I'm talking about it, and then turning it on them and calling them racist. It's really easy. You can really flip all that shit. I'm not afraid to tell my jokes anymore because I've found ways to argue that argument.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's really fun because someone who's woke, I mean, the last thing they ever want to be called is a racist, right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to understand how I can flip it. So if anyone ever even tries to incline that was, I can turn it on them and call them racist. And then they'll shut up because they're terrified of being racist.
It's a good strategy.
Mind games. I'm already prepared, dude, for when they try to cancel me. All right, I'm already getting ready.
Well, this podcast is great material. I can imagine us by episode 50. We'll have to release a statement on our Facebook saying we at Inept Pit do not condone Drew Campbell's action on episode 46 titled Fat Buffalo.
Evan can't say the title. Titled Evan can't say the title. Called Evan's not allowed to say the title or he loses his job.
Pretty much.
You guys can fill in the blank of what the title is, but you can only guess. So how's your other podcast going? Fucking Judas.
Did you listen to the second episode of Pizza Pals?
No. No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Yeah, fucking Judas.
No, it's a side gig.
Yeah. How much did Danner pay you to do that? 30 pieces of silver? You fucking Judas. You fucking Judas. You take those 30 pieces of silver and sell me the goddamn Romans.
It's only a half-hour podcast we do once a month.
Danner is Pontius Pilate and you're fucking Judas. You fucking backstabbing piece of shit.
So you're Jesus?
Yeah, clearly. I am the Messiah of this podcast.
Yeah, clearly.
I am the podcast Messiah. I'm here. We already talked about me having a cult, dude. So we should just already start referring to me as Messiah. I have a lot of nicknames on this podcast. I have Bald Like Eagle, Messiah.
All nicknames that you've given yourself.
Yes. Which we all know.
I'm not giving you a single nickname. I respect you. And you're kind of just like, I'm the cool guy. All the nicknames you give me are just how I'm fat and ugly and out of shape.
Yeah, pretty much. I could call you Chief because you're a loser.
Oh,
a good Super Bowl. That tied into the Native American joke from earlier. And the Super Bowl we're gonna talk about. And that you're a loser. Holy shit, I'm crushing on 3 levels right there. Actually, it was a shit joke at best, but
there's people protesting that name.
Of course,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, of course they are. I mean, it's not as bad as the Washington Redskins. Like, that's really bad.
Yeah.
But that's not as bad. Yeah, speaking of Native Americans or natives or indigenous people or Indians, whatever the preferred nomenclature is. Well, it's weird because, like,
I'm just thinking. I can imagine you coming in as like a speaker for Native American.
Saying everything.
Yeah, you're like, well, on this day,
we celebrate. Well, no, because apparently, like, there's different people who want. Like, I've heard different cases from different groups that want to be referred to as one of all 4 of those.
Okay.
Like, I've heard some people say, like, Native American. I've heard some of them say, like, no, I'm refer to me as a native. No, refer to me as indigenous because we have Indigenous People Day. But there's, like, arguments for all that. Like, we're all indigenous to America currently. You know what I mean? Like, is what they say. So they don't like that. And it's like, well, Native American, like, it's kind of, we're all native to America. If we're born here, like, native sounds like primal. I think the proper thing to do is to actually deep dive on one's culture and refer to them by their tribe that they're descendants from. So I'm actually the most woke of them all. We talked about Lord of the Rings. One woke to rule them all. And then the darkness bind them. But yeah. But speaking of that, doing some research about Mormons because that's what my
Why?
life. I don't know. I think I'm gonna buy the Book of Mormon and read it.
You mean the South Park musical? Trey Parker and
No,
Matt
no,
Stone?
no. Well, no, I want to watch that, but no, the Book of Mormon is their Bible. It's literally called the
Yeah,
Book of Mormon. I want to read because it's just their religion is just ridiculous. It's absurd. Like the
yeah.
whole
Mitt Romney's a Mormon.
well, it's also like kind of it's racist. Like their religion's kind of just racist. Like
Yep.
like the whole thing about you can look this up so you have better dialogue. Look up the Mormon religion having to do with Native Americans. Because what their book says is that the original Native Americans were white people that came from Jerusalem to America.
The Lamanites.
Yeah, I believe so. And then the Nephites, which were literally what they referred to as the natives that also from Jerusalem that killed all of them. And then to punish them, God turned their skin red.
Oh,
Yeah, that is in their holy book, and they believe that. Like,
well, it's ancient scripture. Unless
no,
someone made it
it's
up.
not. It's not even ancient. It was written in America.
It's ancient to me.
Well, look up the
Probably from the
year.
1700s, probably 1600s.
No, it was seven. It was definitely 1700s.
Yeah,
Look it
I'm
up.
looking
Look up when it was into. It's got to be only a little over 200 years old.
The Book of Mormon was. It was first published in 1830
Yeah, not even 200 years
by
old.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, Joseph Smith. He was a prophet supposedly, and and also that Jesus was in America at one point. Jesus visited them in America, but none of this makes any sense. How would Jesus
I love
get
how
to
you're so interested, but you're just like, I don't believe in any of this.
Well, I kind of want to read the book now because I feel like it's going to be a hilarious book. I feel like it'll just be funny.
As of a decade ago, there's been more than 150 million copies of the Book of Mormon that have been printed.
Hell yeah, dude! And I'm gonna buy one.
Or are you gonna steal one?
I think I'm gonna buy it. I'm not a dirty fucking thief, dude. I was raised Christian. I'm not raised one of these dirty atheists with no morals. Came from a moralistic background. But no, I think I want to start reading like other religions books that I haven't read.
You become one of those people.
Just to laugh at them. I became one of those. I've never even heard of those people.
Well, there's like theology professors, like they study other religions, even though they don't practice.
I'm not going to be a theology professor, but it's like I know bits and pieces of a lot of other religions from, like different research or like facts I've gone along the way. But, I've read the Bible. So I'm like, fuck it. I should read some other ones and just see what they're all about. Like, I don't know what goes down in the Quran. Like, I don't know what's going on in the Quran.
That's pretty amazing. We've just been so growing up with the Bible. We think that's the only book, and we're not exposed to the other religions.
Yeah, well, I mean, we technically get two books in the Bible. We do get two
old,
from one.
Old and New Testaments.
Yeah, exactly. So hypothetically, it is the best like the best holy book, because you get the whole Judaism, and then you get the DLC, which is Christianity, which is the New Testament.
Yeah.
If you're looking at video game standards, you have the original game for $59.99, and then you get the New Testament for about $19.99, and you get all that for the price of one book. It's like the Game of the Year edition. So you get both of them wrapped up. So the Bible's the best for your money, clearly.
Our listeners who are gamers just grabbed their wallets and made their purchase.
Yeah, I just sold
for the Bible. Yeah.
I just for as much shitting on religion I've done on this podcast, I've just really hyped up the Bible and why you should buy it.
Yeah,
the best for your money. But I think I read a lot of books, but I think it'd be fun to read other religion books and then see what about it is ridiculous. Because I've noticed, like in America, especially, I can't speak for everyone. And I'm not saying this is bad, but like you have a lot of these people that are very progressive and stuff like that, but they'll like shit on religion, but they don't actually shit on religion. They just solely only shit on Christianity. And
Well,
then
it's the
like,
biggest one. There's many religions to it.
yeah, I know,
It's
but I'm just
Catholic.
saying, but they do. But then if they heard someone shit on like Islam, they would call that person a racist.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Or shit on Judaism, they'd call, you know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, you're anti-Semitic, but you can shit on Christianity all day and they're fine with it, which I don't understand.
I don't either. Mainly, I think there's so many Christian religions.
Is it, well, I think it might just because, like, is it maybe because here's one of two things, right? It's either because Christianity in America is very associated, at least a lot of people picture white people with it. That's my biggest assumption is I think a lot of people picture white people, which isn't true. I mean, you've been to churches.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's
very popular Christian. I mean, especially Catholics, very popular in the Latin
there's like
American.
a billion Catholics. I
Yeah,
think.
there's a lot of us. I'm not even Catholic,
I
but
know.
I said
I say
us.
us. What the hell?
I don't, dude. It's been so. I mean, I went to Catholic school for so long. It's like part of me, even though
Oh
it's
my
not me.
god!
It's part of me.
That's
It
like
is. It's like
that's
I
like the
still.
classic excuse people who don't practice me. It's still part of me. I took
It is. I
I
was just.
took the
It's such.
classes.
No, it's just like it was such a big part of my life, dude. Like I went to church like 2 times a week growing up. You know, we went once at school once a week, and then my parents
No
would take me.
weekend.
Yeah, so it was like, and then I learned about it in class every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a big part of my life. I'll never get away from it, even though I fucking hate it.
I was gonna say,
Even though I fucking hate it.
it was just like a hypocritical statement.
Yeah, but I want to learn more about other religions, so then I can also make fun of them equally to the level. I want to have good. Here's my thing: when I make fun of Christianity, I can come up with good references to make fun of Christianity. I don't have good references to make fun of the other religions.
Coming soon, this podcast will be replaced by That Religious Show with Drew Campbell.
Yeah, or not. I probably shouldn't go down that route.
Yeah. It was a
But
suggestion.
no, I don't know what I'm talking. I'm losing my mind.
Hey, you were just. I asked you why you were reading about Mormons. You're like, that's where my life's come to.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my free time anymore. One good thing happened. Sanford and Sons is. I have Sanford and Sons. I can watch that now. It's on my Stars app.
Is that like Mumford and Sons?
No, it's not like Mumford and Sons. Heaven, fuck you, you white piece of shit.
I know that's not. I just thought it'd be a funny joke.
Sanford and Sons is Red Fox's old sitcom.
Oh,
In my opinion, it's my favorite sitcom.
is that from like the 60s or something? 70s?
early 70s? Look that up. It has one of the best theme songs of all time. That's it, but it's really good. It makes you happy when you first hear it.
Yeah, it's 72 to 77.
Yeah, it's sick. It's a great show. It's my favorite sitcom. And I don't really like sitcoms.
I was gonna say you hate sitcoms.
Laugh tracks, they bug me. That's for one.
Because I'm a comedian now. I know real laughter. That's not real laughter.
Yeah, I'm an artist, all right, and I know what real laughter sounds like. You can't pop someone off that. No, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like sitcoms. I don't like stuff.
Yeah, I know you. I know you had a big grudge against that '70s show.
I didn't have a big grudge. I was just not a big fan of it. I don't like a lot of, actually, to be honest. There's a lot of comedy TV shows I'm just not a fan of. Like, I don't like The Office at all.
I haven't really gotten into it.
I really like
The British Office.
Yeah, the UK version with Ricky Gervais. That one's great. But actually, my other favorite sitcom probably is a British, sitcom, but this one's not recorded in front of a live audience. It's like a comedy series. Is Peep Show.
Never heard of it.
That is so fucking funny. Watch that. Watch Peep Show. Peep Show is the premise of the show is just these two kind of like bumbling guys that live in their friends and roommates that live in I think fucking somewhere in England. I don't know. Everywhere's the same in England to me.
You sound very educated on the show.
Everyone's the same. I don't remember what city. Like it's fucking. It's not London. I don't know if it's like Newcastle or one of those other fucking cities. I don't know.
Non-London.
Not London. England.
It's basically England. It's
I think
London or not London.
It's I know London and I know Newcastle, and those are the only two cities in England.
There's like Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford. Good. Birmingham.
Binghamton or something.
Birmingham.
Birmingham. I don't know. There's
Birmingham.
Manchester. That's where Oasis. Is
yeah,
from.
Manchester, and also
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Blackpool.
Let me get one. Let me get one. You did all the good ones. You did all the good ones. Clearly, Evan has a better geography knowledge than I do. A better geography knowledge than I do. What a great sentence, Drew. You're going to be a writer one day. What would I tell you to look up? What was I even talking about?
About cities in England that like not
Peep
even
Show.
5 seconds ago.
I know, but why did I start talking? I was talking about Peep Show.
Sheffield. All right, I'm done.
You looked it up though. That's cheating.
I know what I felt. What about Peep Show?
Okay, so it's a sitcom or comedy show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, where the whole premise is that it's those two guys, like, you know, roommates, mismatched roommates. But the cool thing about it is that every shot is from someone's point of view, like through someone's eyes. So no matter if you're having a conversation, the shots are going back from people's eyes, or if it's just a solo scene, it'll be the character walking around and it's a point of view shot. And and then the other thing is you get to hear their internal dialogue, so you get to hear their thoughts.
Yeah, it starred David Mitchell and Robert Webb.
Yeah.
There from 2003 to 2015. That's a good run.
Well, how long?
03 to 15.
Yeah, but their seasons are really short. I mean, like
they're all 6 episodes.
Yeah, they're all 6 episodes, but it was really, really good. I'm a big fan of that show. That's like one of the only shows besides South Park that if I get into it, I can sit and binge watch. Like, well, this doesn't sound as impressive when you know that the episodes.
6 episodes.
6 I could binge watch a season.
Yeah, like a weekend.
I mean, a week. I could binge watch a season of Peep Show in one sitting. It is like one of my happy shows. It is so fucking funny. It's also like it can get really cringy, but in the best ways. Like the characters will make you like, oh, I can't believe you're doing that kind of cringe.
Maybe our podcast will be a TV show one day.
No, Evan. As you can notice, we don't get views. I don't know if you've noticed. TV shows, they're only greenlit if they think there'll be an audience. And as our analytics show, we have no audience.
Well, it'll be a show about two guys who start a podcast that no one listens to or watches, and become a big hit through the show.
I wouldn't watch that show. Sounds like a bad show.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good for 1 year.
Also, we're not good looking enough to have a show.
True.
You fat, me no hair. They don't make shows about guys like us.
I'm trying to cut down my weight loss here. Although I did want to tell you,
I like how you grabbed your second chin when you said
that. I was like, oh, that's not good. I did want to tell you that I no longer am participating in Dry February.
Oh, you gave that up pretty fast.
Well, I was like at the Super Bowl. I'm not going to not drink before the Super Bowl.
Did you get fucked up for the Super Bowl?
No, just the night before.
The night before the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the Super Bowl.
I know, but it's a Sunday. It was basically Sunday morning.
So your excuse was that you were going to get drunk. You can't not drink at the Super Bowl, so I'm going to drink the night before the Super Bowl.
Exactly what my logic was.
You might be an alcoholic, Evan. You made it 6 days into your Dry February.
Yeah, and then the Super Bowl was on. I also looked it up.
You didn't even drink during the Super Bowl. You just used that as an excuse to drink.
I also looked up Dry February is like it's like a Canadian thing.
Oh,
So I
it
was like,
is.
oh yeah, it's like they raise money for the cancer. It's like a cancer challenge in Canada.
I want to drink beer for charity. That's what I want to do. I want to drink beer for charity. I want people. I'm gonna get sponsors, and then we go down to the local pub and ale, and I'm gonna
we can do it for our podcast.
Oh, dude.
We could do a GoFundMe for a cause and have like a live stream and just drink.
No, because it's gotta be donor based. Like how when people do like the run and that you donate a certain amount of money for every like mile they run. Well, for us, they donate money for how many beers we drink. For each beer we drink, they donate a money. I think this is a brilliant idea. What charity were you going with?
St. Jude's, right?
No, we're going for Color for Change. Yeah, I think it's Color for Change. I think that's the name of it. It's one that fights racism.
I know.
Fights racism. We should do that, and then I'll make. Oh, dude, how fucking great would it be? This is just me thinking outside the box. Stop me if I'm gonna get us canceled. All right?
Yeah, I'm already stopping.
Dude, if we did a charity fundraiser event where we drank beers, sponsored wise, for a charity that helps fight racism and give opportunity to minorities, if we did that, but whilst I'm making very edgy jokes the whole time.
I mean,
who's the bad guy in that then?
Who's
the bad
basically
guy?
what the podcast is.
Yeah, dude, but I'm just saying. It'll
raising money. It's not like we're not giving money. We're telling other people to do the work for us.
Yeah, but we're putting on a show to raise money.
We're putting on a show. We're doing our podcast and drinking excessively. That's the entertainment.
Yeah. Duh, Evan.
I also love I pitched St. Jude's and immediately you were like, no.
Yeah, fuck kids with cancer.
That's going to get us canceled.
Dude, especially if you take that line the wrong way.
Someone's going to screenshot that clip of you saying that.
He's saying they should have sex with kids with leukemia.
I said you could do a
That's the name of the podcast.
Someone
That's the name of this episode, Sex with Kids with Leukemia. Go ahead, Evan, continue.
I said someone could make a mashup, just the first, not even 20 episodes of just you saying a bunch of stuff and put a montage together, and it'd be like, this guy's evil.
Oh, we should do that and put it on our channel. Let's just do it ourselves. Just drew out of context of the video. And there's a lot of me after doing that, doing this.
That'd be
raise my eyebrows.
Our circle of friends would love it.
Yeah,
the public wouldn't.
The public would crucify me.
Yeah, like, who the hell's this guy?
But they wouldn't crucify me unless it was because of you, fucking Judas, and your 30 pieces of silver. I hope it was worth it, you piece of shit. Fuck Pizza Pals.
That's a new gag for this podcast. You shit on the other. Also, our buddy Brian, suggested me and him do a podcast.
Oh,
about
wow!
Sports.
You're just you're a fucking podcast slut, aren't you?
No, I just talk to people and they want to do podcasts, and I'm just the perfect sidekick because I'm not talkative and I just am easy to rub off of.
No one's asked me to do a podcast. No one. Yeah, actually, you probably should do the sports one. It'd probably do better than this show. No, it probably would because like people like sports. People actually like sports. No one likes us. And people who disagree, I'll show you the fucking numbers. All right, I'll show you the numbers. I'll show you the numbers.
Well, I think people were just busy with the Super Bowl and couldn't get around to it on the weekend.
We released it on Wednesday. That makes no sense.
Well, I think people watched it on the weekends.
I don't think that's true. I don't think people watch it at all.
It's hard. We're trying to compete with our favorite comedians.
I'm almost at the point where I look at the numbers and I don't even think all the people who tell me they listen and watch this.
Just a courtesy thing,
Yeah, it's a bold.
I listened to the first one.
It's a bold-faced lie you tell a child. You're like, oh, that's a really nice picture you made there. I love it. I'm going to put it right here on the fridge. And then after they leave, you throw the picture away. You know, and then they leave out, you pat them on the back, and they go home, and you crumple the picture up and throw it away and go, Jesus Christ, this kid has no talent.
Or in shows, the kid leaves the room,
This
and then you criticize it, and they hear it.
That's true too. But this podcast is the equivalent of we are 25-year-old men making macaroni art really shittily. It's check out my macaroni art. Oh wow, you made a is that a
turd of a podcast?
Is that an L? Is that an L? It's an elephant. It's an elephant. Fuck me. How do you draw an elephant?
I've never attempted to draw one.
Okay, right. So let's think this out. It's an elephant. Clearly, it's an elephant, but it's an elephant that you draw using only L's, specifically uppercase L's, right? Now, hear me out.
Yes.
Hear me out. So we got leg, L for the leg, correct? Another leg, L for the leg. Back legs, L. We got torso.
Square.
Torso. We're gonna get a little cheat on the torso because it's gonna be an L with another L making a rectangle, right? Top of the head, L with the top fucking the corner flat and the shorter end sticking up top. Then from there, 2 more L's, creating tuss, and then from there, 1 large L to reference the fucking trunk.
I love it.
Elephant. People in the cast, send in your pictures of the elephants you've made at home. Post them in the comments.
I love how at the beginning of this podcast you're like, I'm a college dropout, and like a half hour in your pinpoint accuracy trying to make a elephant.
Hey, I didn't think I was artistic, but I don't know. After describing an elephant, I think I got it in me. I think I'd be a great artist. Start the whole. I'm gonna bring macaroni art to the mainstream. That's my dream. I'm gonna become the best macaroni artist of all time with glue and macaroni, and you will eventually see my macaroni art in basically the Museum of Modern Art. It's gonna be there. The original elephant by Drew Campbell is going to be worth a lot of money someday. A lot of money. It's an elephant made of L and elbow macaroni. Jesus Christ, am I on a roll or what, dude? It's an elbow elephant. An elbow elephant. That's kind of fun to say, too. I'm in a good mood.
I was going to say.
Elbow elephant is making me really happy. I like the whole idea of this. I am a 25-year-old man who just got joy out of coming up with the concept elbow elephant.
Man, we need stand-up to come back.
Yeah, we do. Jesus Christ, we do. This bit would not work on stage, I'll tell you that much. I don't even know if it was funny, but it really made it. It was
funny when you were describing it.
There's something in it that literally just brought joy into my heart. I'm so happy about it.
How did we get to talk about elephants?
I don't know. What were we talking about before that?
I don't remember. That was too
engaging. Something about how this podcast sucks and we're losers. I think that was about where it was. I think that's what we were talking about.
It's our annual referencing of this podcast sucks, yet we continue to do it. We do it for the people.
Yeah, we do it for none of you out there. We do it for none of you out there. We're doing it pretty much only for Belgium guy at this point. That's it.
Did he tune in last week?
Yeah. He's like the only person that listens every week, I think.
I hope it's not like just a robot.
That'd be weird. Why would the robot be listening to our podcast? I don't think it's a robot.
Belgium is just employ resources into the podcast game. The whole country is.
Yep. Big podcast is located out of Belgium. Sometimes it's almost funnier that I'm just a moron. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm a fucking idiot. And I've referenced it before, but I sometimes do talk like someone has just recently slapped a tack hammer to the back of my head 3 or 4 times and then pushed me in front of a microphone and a camera.
Headphones
get
on.
out! They go, get out there and show them what you got. And I go, elbow out of it.
So you say you didn't watch the Super Bowl?
I mean, I did and I didn't. It was on. It was a shitty
So you didn't
game.
watch it?
It was a shitty game, anyways. You can't even lie. It wasn't even competitive.
No, it was supposed to be closer.
Wasn't close at all. Was it like 9 to
Tampa Bay was the
31?
underdog. Yeah,
9 to
31 to 9.
Yeah, it was bad. And one of those was like Kansas City got a field goal, I think, in the first half. That was it.
They had
right?
2.
They had 2 field goals.
Then they had a field goal in the third, and they
never even scored a touchdown. Yeah, they got completely shut out. So they made 3 field goals, and yeah, it just got worked.
The new sketch
and that's the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say new sketch idea. You being a sports analyst.
All right, so there's this guy, and I did like the part where they made all that like notification about, or they brought all this like attention about how there's like the first girl ever officiating or officialing for the NFL.
Officiating, yeah, the first.
Yeah, she married 2 football players on the field together. Married them. I don't know if you just saw that halftime show. No, but officialing. I thought that was funny though.
It's the first time in its history.
Yeah, but they didn't do that for any other reason except NFL's just trying to make up for that time they just totally slapped Colin Kaepernick out. That's all they're doing. Now that like they don't. You honestly think that should have? The only reason they were doing that is ever since the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick and then all the civil unrest of last year.
Yeah,
like they're just now constantly patting themselves on the back and trying to show how great they are.
Well, the problem they have now is there's a lack of black head coaches now. And they're young white guys who have no experience are getting hired as head coaches over black guys with experience. Mm-hmm. That's their problem.
Yeah. That sounds about right. It sounds like what would happen. I don't know anything about football, so I'm not gonna be like I know what's the problem. But yeah, I mean that doesn't sound right. Like
yeah.
But I don't really care though because I don't watch football.
Do you watch the weekend?
I hope all the teams lose. I wish that was a possibility for all the teams to lose. Did I watch the weekend? I glanced at it. I glanced at the weekend performing. I glanced at it.
I feel like that would be the one thing that you would love. It's music.
No,
good music.
I don't like any halftime show. I haven't liked a halftime show. The last halftime show. No, the last halftime show I liked was when Janet Jackson's nipple was shown.
Oh my god!
I was such a kid at that point, and you didn't really get to see breasts a lot at that age, so it was awesome. And then after that, it didn't ever lead up to any. Like it was just they were letdowns for that.
Yeah,
remember the year Black Eyed Peas played? That sucked.
I love how you're just like the old guy. Like I don't remember any of the Super Bowl games, but just the performances were awful.
Yeah, they're pretty much all bad. I mean, Prince did all right at one.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're not gonna be good because they all lip sync. None of them are actually performing.
It's a production. It's a spectacle.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I understand why they do that way, but it makes it not enjoyable to me.
Remember when Katy Perry rode that lion in, and everyone's like, "The Lions made the Super Bowl."
Oh yeah,
classic joke.
I hate the internet.
That's why we're leaving the internet. We're only doing this now for us.
I need to get back into the internet. It's like an inevitable I have to do, but I don't want to. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
That got dark for some reason. You took me
say-
so serious.
It has its moments of good and bad. I mean, most of it's bad. A lot of it's just political arguments now.
Yeah, see, I'm glad I'm off of it. It's also I don't care about any of you. So I don't think anything you post is of worth to me.
It's fair.
It doesn't improve my life at all. It's a waste. Your thoughts are a waste of my time. That's pretty much it. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to hear your opinions. And I don't want to talk to you. Just don't. And you know what? Ever since I stopped doing it, my life is better. Since I've cut you out. Yes, you, the listener. I'm talking to you.
I feel like, yeah, some people have said that they enjoy life better without the internet. It's like when we were kids. You know what the internet was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like that, but it's just like
I was thinking about this the other day.
you feel more present. But yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like this had, like the good old days were like 04 or 03, like
The
before
good old days.
where
the
we
good
would,
old days.
remember we used to go to Target. Well, I did. I used to go to Target and have to go buy a PC game.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Like
Like
Age of Empires 2. That's what I want to
Backyard
play again.
baseball or something. Or
That game sucked.
all right. Well, it was my favorite game.
Well, your favorite game sucked. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm ruining your childhood, but
Spy Fox, Freddy
Man.
Fish, Pajama Sam.
Jesus Christ, why did you play such baby games?
I was a kid.
Played Age of Empire, Dawn of War.
So we're two totally different people. You just called me a baby. You're like, I just fucking played these
I played
games.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I remember having that
Oh,
for
yeah.
the PC.
That's a good one.
Oh, fuck. Do we have technical difficulties again? Son of a bitch.
I think you did.
Dan, are you on? Are we back?
Yeah, you're back. I don't know.
Okay, we're not editing that. Fuck you, listener.
It's a special moment we just had.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying? I said, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, that was the game.
Oh, yeah, Regis is dead. Ha!
That was a year ago.
Ha! Who wants to be dead? Am I right? Not me. Not me. Actually, I do. I'm dead inside. Let's match the outsides with the insides.
I'm thinking, imagine if that was an actual game show.
Who wants to be dead? You know, suicide's technically illegal. If you win Who Wants to Be Dead, it's the only time you're legally able to commit suicide, and no one can stop you. Who wants to be dead? Well, we'll blow. It's not even commit suicide; they murder you. So then, you get to go to heaven. There you go.
Do you remember the show Hole in the Wall?
No. Is it? Wait. Is it porn? Is it glory hole porn? Was Hole in the Wall glory hole porn?
No, you would be on a platform, and then there'd be like this moving.
And then
target.
a dick came out. a giant moving dick came out, and their ass was the target.
It would be a wall, and there'd be a hole, and then you have to match the shape. And if you didn't, you get knocked over and you fall into a pool.
Now, I swear, wasn't that a Japanese game show?
Yeah, and it was on like Cartoon Network when we were kids, I think.
Huh. I do kind of remember that. You remember MXC
No.
on Spike TV?
I remember Dog Eat Dog on MTV. We're just naming random action game shows.
Do you remember shows? Hey, no. Evan, do you remember the past? That's what this podcast turned into. Hey, Evan, do you remember when we were younger and the shows on TV were different than the ones now?
Yeah.
Isn't that the weird thing about streaming, dudes? Like when you just get locked into like, oh, I remember the past. Nostalgia is so crazy big.
I remember the show Chalk Zone.
Yeah, I remember that show too, Evan.
Fruity's got the chalk. Fruity's got the chalk. We're getting sued for copyright for that terrible snippet I just put out.
I remember Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Wait, let's just keep doing this. Let's even get. I I remember the Beavers, Angry Beavers. I remember Real Monsters.
Yeah, I remember. Was it Jenny the Teenage Robot?
Yeah, I remember. My Name is Ginger.
These are just like you're just naming random.
Yeah,
These are Teen Nick animated shows. Like not even Nickelodeon animated. This is Teen Nick animated shows.
Hey Evan, do you remember the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, man.
How about Danny Phantom?
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm-hmm. This is fun. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, that's my comedic influence, right?
That was actually probably one of the better ones. Most shows, if you go back, most of all of them suck, right? And they're really bad. No, you're looking at your
pretty good.
Your nostalgia. Your nostalgia. you were a dumb fucking kid, Evan. Grow up. It's all right. What you liked when you were 8 is stupid. You should be aware of that and just grow from that.
That's fair.
But not all of it. But I'm just saying there's a good amount of what you like when you were 8 that's fucking stupid. I like a lot of dumb shit that when I was 8. Made for children. That doesn't mean it's good. You just have nostalgia for it, so you try to go, oh, blah, 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 it's good, actually. But no, it's fucking a kid's show. You're a grown adult man. Like, most of them are bad. But Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, solid. Way too many. And the weird thing about it is there's a lot of references to movies and TV shows that kids would never watch.
I guess it's for parents who watch it with their kids.
Yeah, like there's Evil Dead 2 references in it. Like the main character, remember Haas Delgado in that?
Yeah.
He's Ash from fucking Evil Dead 2 and from Army of Darkness. He's a reference to him. I remember multiple references to fucking Terminator, the Terminator movies, but only if you wouldn't even know it was from the Terminator movie.
I wouldn't have known that.
Fucking over the top references. Over the Top is a ridiculous movie where Sylvester Stallone is a semi-truck driver that also competes in arm wrestling competitions. He has a very famous line in that where he wears a hat and he says, "It's like a switch, man." He's like, "It's like a switch. As soon as I turn it back, I get to go." And he beat people. Can you imagine? That's how the fucking crazy the 80s was. They made a really big movie about arm wrestling. And it was just jacked dudes grunting as they just held hands. That was the movie. Jack dudes holding hands, the movie.
Yeah, I guess that must have been a fun writer's room to work in. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
I feel like that'd be a dream job for you. It's like I wrote The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Like I feel like writing for a kids' TV show, if it's funny, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
I mean, it would be really easy. Writing for a kids' show would be really, really easy. Not to try, not trying to shit on the people who are writers. So I'm just, it'd be. I mean, just could be like you could say any stupid shit. Like you could do, would you rather be a butt or a poop? Like, you know, like it's just like
Disney's watching and stealing that right now.
It's super easy to write humor for kids. Like I love my nieces. It's super easy to make them laugh. I know how to make children laugh very easily. You just gotta make a funny face and say it's this absurd stuff. That's it. There's no other depth to it. There's no other level to it. It's just all you have to do.
Shout out Nickelodeon. We are available for work.
Yeah, say something in a funny voice that's weird, and then make a face. That's kids comedy for you.
I was gonna do a Stitch impression, but I didn't want to be sued for copyright.
Dude, I would if you did a fucking Stitch impression, I would punch you in the face. I would drive to Lansing and punch you in your stupid fucking face.
Oh, by the way, I ordered that mug.
What do you mean mug? I thought it was a pint glass.
Pint glass. My bad. I don't know my beverage.
That's cool. That's all right. It's going, it's February, but it's
Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, you know, it's been over a month and a half almost since Christmas.
All right, well, I guess I'll just keep it to myself then. God.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's ungrateful on this side of the screen here.
Fuck you, Evan.
That's beautiful tension.
Yeah. God, dude, I got my hands are all cut up. I look like I do meth.
I was surprised.
Because I do meth. Yada yada. Waka waka. A Fozzie Bear who just says things about how like makes
He's in the
confessions about his
yeah, he's
life.
in drugs.
Anything he's just like, I do meth. Waka waka. It's like that's not funny, Fozzie. That's a horrible problem. I think about suicide regularly. Waka waka. The temptations of taking my own life are soothing to me, and I want a final release. Waka waka.
This sounds like a Robot Chicken segment.
Yeah, it's funny. One time I took a girl into a stall and abused her. Waka waka.
These are gonna get us canceled.
Someone shoot this man. He's not a man. Someone shoot this fucking bear. I want to fight a bear.
You would die.
Not like real, like, you know, like the bear fights. Yeah, they have people fight bears. It's a trained bear, but he kind of slaps you around a bit.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm terrified of bears. It's one of my greatest fears. Bears. They are scary monsters
Yeah, they'll kill you.
Their strength is just ridiculous. I heard this one article once about how this person was studying bears, and they had a dumpster in this grizzly bear's encampment, enclosure. I can't think of words. Enclosure?
I think enclosure is fine, but
is that what they call it?
God, look this up now. We're both idiots. We don't even know what bear habitat is.
No, it's habitat, but like when they like, you know, an enclosure, right? That's what you say.
Yeah, bear enclosure.
Yes, in a bear enclosure.
There's actually bear sanctuaries.
It wasn't a sanctuary. This one was an enclosure. A bear sanctuary did not exist.
It's just a bunch of bears. It's like Tiger King.
If it was a bear sanctuary, people would not be there.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it was an enclosure, and they were studying grizzly bears, and they said this grizzly bear had a dumpster, and he was whacking it around and moving the dumpster as if this is what the scientists described it as if it was a beach ball.
Like a full
dumpster, like a full dump. Well, not full of junk, but still a dumpster. And they said they were slapping it around with the ease as if it was a beach ball. That's horrifying.
Dumpsters, even if they're empty, are heavy.
Yes, Evan. Way to go. Metal is heavy.
That's what I need to say now. Say something obvious, but act like it's a new revelation.
Dumpsters are heavy, even if there ain't cardboard and boxes in them. Yes, Evan. Yes, dumpsters are heavy. What else are you going to tell me next? Sometimes cats can have spots. Yes, Evan, sometimes cats do have spots. That is true.
Okay, now you're making me sound like the dumbest person in the world.
Did you know peanut butter has peanuts in it? Yes, peanut butter is made out of peanuts, Evan. Thank you. Did you know I can't see my own dick? Yes, Evan, I know your dick is small and you cannot see it.
Yes, I can. In the mirror.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say
oh.
Evan. What is it?
I roasted myself. Oh.
You're roasting yourself going, oh. You were the audience and the victim and the inflictor. You were everything. You were the judge, jury, and executioner of that joke.
Classic.
Oh, man. But I like to think that you've never seen your penis except through a reflection. You've never actually seen it.
My tummy's not that, It's not that round.
It's not that big, but your dick is that small. The only thing I've never railed you on is for having a tiny dick.
Yeah.
My penis is so small, it's an innie, not an outie.
Well, it's almost.
I have an innie penis. I have to be fingered to get a hand job.
We're almost at the 1 hour mark here.
Evan, I know you don't have a tiny dick. And it's solely, I not that I've seen it or anything like that, but solely the fact that you are making that comment means you don't.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like the only people, a person with a small dick would never say they have a small dick. Does that logic make sense?
A person with a small dick would
Never say they have a small dick.
So,
because they'd want to keep it. If you say that you don't have a small dick, it probably means you have a small dick.
Yeah,
like guys who talk, the guys that talk about the size of their dick a lot, and if like talk like, oh dude, I got a huge dick, and my dick's fucking big, man. Like usually, I have the tiniest penises of all time.
Well, that's me.
You don't ever talk that you have the tiniest penis of all time. Evan has a ball-gina. Well, we better do plugs.
That's actually a good way to end the main segment on.
Yeah, all right. Well, if you're listening to this on YouTube, make sure to hit like
the episode
ball-gina.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
No,
all right, but if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure to leave one of them comments, baby. Rock and Roll Weekend coming at you. WKRS1 Rock and Roll Weekend. And all the great hits from noon to midnight. Now,
I was gonna say
coming at you. Get ready, guys. This next one's gonna be a hit. We built this city. We built this city on rock. WKRS1 bringing you the hits. The Rock and Roll Weekend. Yeah, noon to midnight.
Now that you say that, it makes it sound like those are all characters on the radio.
Yeah, I know.
It's a perfect impression of every single West Coast radio host. Bravo.
The Rock and Roll Weekend. Coming at you live from Gary, Indiana.
Home of the Jackson 5.
Live from Gary, Indiana. It's a hot and summer day out. So why don't you kick back, relax, and rock away. Janie's got a gun.
That was awesome. That's really good.
Thank you. I'm very talented at talent that I have a talent that will never get me any money. That's unfortunate. I'm really talented at something that everyone views as worthless.
Maybe Laura Michaels will see this.
No, I can't. I can be on SNL. They'll Shane Gillis my ass. Now, plugs. Plug it up. Plugs in the
already
ass.
did YouTube.
Butt plugs. Buy me a butt plug, baby. It's the weekend. But let's do the YouTube ones again because we really gotta get the YouTube numbers up. They're really low. Like, comment, fucking subscribe. Make sure to share this shit, or I don't like you and you're not my friend anymore. And I'll come to your house. If you watch this video, share it. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna show you pictures of Evan's tiny penis, and I'm going to fondle your lawn ornaments. I will. Will sexually assault your lawn ornaments.
And I would know. No one wants to see it. I don't even want to see it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You wouldn't want to see it.
Ladies don't want to see it either. It reminds them of half of a short rib that got left out for 4 weeks in the sun.
I don't know why we had to go that far, but okay.
Do you like Famous Days? Well, do you like it after it's been sitting out in the sun for a month? Because that's Evan's fucking penis. Rock and Roll Weekend coming at you. Yeah, do that. Share the podcast. What the fuck else? If you're watching this on Spotify, make sure you hit follow. If you're listening to this on Stitcher, make sure you follow us on there as well. Make sure to download the episodes on Spotify and on Stitcher. Even if you're watching this on YouTube, go fucking download them after this on all of them. Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a 5-star review. And that's it. Oh, also, we have a Gmail, ineptpit@gmail. You can send us emails, I guess, if you want to come in contact with us. Book us for stuff.
If you want to come in contact with us,
yeah, like, I don't know, like we're people that matter. Yeah. We don't even actually run it. It's our agent who runs it. Yeah.
Yeah, but book us for shows.
Yeah, book us for shows. We'll come to Belgium. We'll come to your mom's house. We'll come in your asshole. Oh,
jeez.
All right. And Twitter. Follow us on Inept Pit at Twitter. You're not done it yet. Do it. And like us on Facebook, our page, Inept Pit. We post about the new episodes up there. Eventually, we'll do more content. And yeah. I mean, I have a
Twitter at Salsa.
Yes. And he tweets about SNL and sports and being fat and stupid. And I'm actually not even wrong about that one. you really do tweet about that. And stand up sometimes. If you're interested in those things, follow Evan. Otherwise, he's been the podcast. Heading out from
Are you going to plug your Twitter?
One. Oh, yeah. You can follow me at Drew Must Die. Send me death threats only. Hashtag, right. Send, just message, like, tag me in tweets that are death threats. Yeah. Been a podcast.
Good night from the West Coast.
Peace.